Yo! Got my Greensmaster 1000, my Greensmaster 1600 here, and I want to mow them side by side to take a look and see what kind of cut I will get. This one should be set to 5/8, and I know this one's set to 1/2 inch. Over here, I kind of let it get a little bit tall, a little bit due to laziness, and a little bit due to I wanted to see what this would look like when I cut this lawn side by side with the two mowers. I'm gonna check both these mowers and make sure they're both cutting paper and that they're sharp. I'm gonna go beyond what I normally do and take my grass catchers off and mow. I wanna show you what it looks like. So let's go. So here's the 1600, looks to be cutting the paper well. I already checked the 1000. That seems to be cutting the paper well. The lawn is about 1 3/4 inch tall. In some places it's 2 inches. This 2-inch mark actually is a really nice height if you're wanting to just use a rotary mower and you don't want to use a real mower and mow really, really often. This 2-inch mark right here is a nice little sweet spot with a rotary mower. I've got the mowers here side by side. On this side I've got the 1600. On that side I've got the 1000. I'm gonna leave the grass catcher off. I'm gonna mow it one pass there and back, and then I will show you the difference of the cut qualities on each mower. I made one pass down and one pass back. I left the grass catcher off. We're gonna compare it. So next, I'm going to use the 1000 over on that section right there. So we're taking it from about 1.5 inches, 1 3/4, 2 inches-ish, down to 1/2 inch. This other one, we're taking it from about 1 3/4 inches to about 5/8 of an inch. So one thing I wanted to mention really quick that I forgot to mention in the beginning is the 1600 is an 8-blade reel, and the 1000 is an 11-blade reel. So that should make a little bit of a difference in the cut quality. So this pass right here was with the 1600. These two passes right here are with the 1000. And then these two passes right here are with the 1600 yesterday. So this pass right here is with the 11-blade reel. This pass right here is with the 8-blade reel. So let's get down a little closer and take a look at the difference. Here's the cut with the 8-blade reel 1600. Got lots of clippings on the lawn here, if you can kind of see those. So here is the 1600 cut at 1/2 inch. Cut went, we were going from about 1 3/4, 2 inches down to 1/2, and surprisingly, it's about 1/2, maybe 5/8 or so. So if you can see, I've got several blades here that are a little bit longer than others. When you bring the mower across, it folds the blades over first, then cuts, and then it rolls them over with the big drum on the back. But all in all, I'd say that looks pretty dang good, actually. Other than all the clippings on the lawn, like this, I'd say it's pretty satisfactory. Now let's go look at the other section that I did with the 1000. Okay, so here's the section from here to here that I did with the 1000. This one's an 11-blade reel, and the mower's set to about 5/8 of an inch. So a little bit taller. I probably should have put them at the same height, but I just don't have time for that and don't want to deal with that right now. Remember, it was at about 1 3/4, 2 inches, and it's about at maybe an inch. The longer ones are maybe 1.5 inches, 1.25 inches. So it really only cut it down to about 1 inch tall, but there are several stragglers that didn't get cut. So the main difference that I see in these two mowers is there's quite a lot of long pieces through here. So the section over there that I did with the 1600, it seemed to cut it a lot better and left less of these long stragglers here. So now what I want to try is I want to try going over the exact same stripe in the opposite direction, so I'd essentially be erasing the stripe. So I want to go exactly opposite on the same path that I did with the previous mower. So here's the second pass in opposite directions with the 1600. I have to say, that is a fantastic cut. There's a couple of long pieces here and there, but all in all, that worked out well. But it looks pretty dang good. It's short, it's pretty uniform and even. So I'd have to say that I went over this pass right here with the 1000 actually 3 times, because on the second pass that I made, the camera was not recording and about lost it there. So anyways, here's the other section, the 5/8 with the 1000, and it looks actually pretty dang good. This is 3 passes over the same spot, and we got probably more long pieces than over there with the 1600. I see more pieces that got folded over that didn't get cut. So I'd say it looks pretty good. It is longer naturally because the height of cut is set about 1/8 taller or so, and this section is greener. Okay, so here's the 3 passes. This was done yesterday with the 1600, mowed at 1/2 inch. This is done with the 1000, mowed at 5/8 of an inch, and this one was done with the 1600 at 1/2 inch. This one only got 1 pass here and back. This one got 3 passes, and this one got 2 passes. So with the comparison of the mowers, I'd have to say that the 1600 wins with the 8-blade reel. Not only is it wider, but it cuts more evenly, and it leaves less longer blades. I'm not sure how that works or why that's the case, but the 1600 definitely gives a superior cut, even though it's cut lower. I started at about 1 3/4 and went straight to 1/2 inch, and that looks fantastic actually. Going over it twice, it looks great. This section's a little bit taller. It is naturally greener because I didn't cut as much of the foliage off. And then this is 1/2 inch over here that I cut yesterday with the 1600. So the 1600 wins the race. I always wanted to do that since I got the other mower. And so I guess today was the day. So that's pretty much gonna be it for me today. I wanna get to some other things. I need to get my sprayer out and calibrate it so I can put some PGR down, the plant growth regulator, so I can kind of put the brakes on this lawn. And we're gonna go from there. I may come back and cut this later, but I might just leave this for a day or so with these stripes right here. I know people are gonna complain and say, well, what are you doing? Why does it look like that? But hey, you know, this is my lawn. I get to decide what I wanna do here. And that's why I like it, because I'm in charge. So it might be getting time to sell this baby. It would be like selling one of my children, but I tell you, this thing has been a dream. Such an awesome machine. It's laid down some awesome stripes for me, and the memories of this machine. This is where it all started. I appreciate you guys watching these videos. It's been fun making them. And I hope you guys are enjoying them, and I will see you in the next one.